Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Man, I'm hungry.
Is you looking for good eating? Then stay beating the path to the network with the best. You rapper hook you up fast. They keep it crispy with the 411. They feeding you right, chopping it up, dishing it out. It's tasting good, but don't bite. The recipes are sublime and info fresh off the vine. They keep you GMO free, cause be you are what you eat. Now if you too busy chewing on the FAT fat wag, tune into the F to the O to the O to D food rap. Listen to the kitchen on the show with the utmost. With Nina, me, and Shauna G, your fly MC chef host. Food rap, food rap, food rap, food rap. It's time to eat better. I know you feel the pressure. Can I get a yes, yes, sir? A yes, yes, sir. For the hottest show on the block, from the street to the hood. Keep it locked on Food Rappers Talk. Never tasted so good.
Oh yeah, delicious pizzas, hamburgers, and French fries. Oh yeah, all the fast food I can eat. Oh no, I can't have that. Oh no, I'm hungry. I hear my stomach growling. It's Food Rap.
Today is February 5th, 2014. I'm Nina Markel.
I'm Shauna Glover. And
we're the hosts of Food Rap, where talk never tasted so good.
That's right.
And I'm feeling so good today.
Are you feeling better?
Much better. I have a little bit of a cough left over, so I have water with me just in case.
But you sound good.
I feel much
last
better.
Week you sounded a little bit like a man.
I sounded a little bit like a man, and I looked a little bit like an elephant.
Oh, we didn't
I had a
see
swollen
you.
face.
Oh, really?
Swollen lip nodes, pink eyes. It was awful.
Okay, well,
but I feel much better.
I'm glad you didn't bring the germs with you in the studio today.
Who knows?
So I want to, remind everybody, I guess you guys should know now, we're getting into February, but we have moved from Saturdays to Wednesdays, which we love at 9 p.m.
Love it.
It's a lot sexier to talk about food at 9 o'clock at night.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So we had a great guest last week.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Matt Rincars. He talked about the metabolic loophole diet, which was very interesting. Talked about revving up your, metabolism so you can lose weight faster. Different tricks you can do with food and the way you eat. So, we have been posting that information on all of our social networking. So check that out, and maybe it's something that will work for you. You the listener.
Maybe.
Also, but on the menu for this week, I'm super excited because with my limited schedule, I rarely have time to exercise. So we're going to be talking about getting fit with personal trainer and the Sexy Party Show co-host Amina Zena. And she has some really great YouTube videos that show you how to, plump up the booty, get those arms right, get the tummy tight, all that good stuff. And we know summer's coming up, so everyone wants to look good.
And it's February.
That's not
we
a lot
have
of
more
time.
than enough time to get ready.
Exactly, but I'm saying you don't want to waste time. In February, you got February, March, April, May, June. So 4 months is a realistic amount of time to get fit.
You don't want to do it at the last minute. It's like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then just a little bit of exercise a day will go a long way.
Even 10 minutes.
She's going to talk to us about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sponsorship.
Yes.
I hope I'm okay. Camera here. All right. On the Move sounds inspired by Mumia Abu Jamal. This show is sponsored by this CD right here. Can't get this anywhere else.
Nowhere else.
Phenomenal, conglomerate of artists.
Double disc.
Oh, double disc. Yes, we have Spirit Child, Melinda Davis, the Miss Ayana Nana Soul Jones, who is our lovely engineer. Public Enemy, Living Color. I mean, some classic artists are on here, and up and coming artists who really have some really great music. And Mumia himself is on here thanking the artists for putting this together. So
it's a really great CD.
It is. Go to bwmovingimages.com and pick up your copy today.
Hey.
All right. So Nina, why are you doing the show?
Why am I doing the show? Let me see. Because I like to run my mouth about food. Because I love to cook.
You're good at it.
Because I'm a food enthusiast. Because I'm always researching food. Because food is like everything. Food is life. Like I said last week. I mean, it's in every part of our our days. Like every day. I mean, we eat to live. I just love talking about food, running my mouth about food. sharing information. Food is ever evolving. We keep finding and discovering what used to be good isn't good. So I just like to share that information.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've heard that eggs are good for you, then they're not good for you. Then they're good for you, then they're not good for you.
That's how it is.
I know. So I had the same. I think you and I are kind of like on the same page. That's why we're doing the show together. You know, I always run my mouth about food as well. And I would say that it's the one common denominator. It's the one thing that all of us as human beings share. You know what I mean? We have to eat to live.
Absolutely.
And I really, you know, although it can be a struggle for me because, you know, I'm not perfect. I have my ups, you know, I go through my ups and downs, you know, where I eat really good and then I don't eat so good. And sometimes that could be day to day.
But guess what?
What?
You're looking slimmer these days.
Really?
Yes.
Thank
I noticed
you.
it because I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
You're doing something, right?
Well, I'm just trying. Like I said, it's day to day. It's like I have good days.
Keep
and
it going.
I have not so good days, but I am
Keep it going.
incorporating that exercise. That's why I'm excited to talk to Amina so she can give me some tips on more things that I can do to help me so look better. Anyway, so next up on the menu is Chop It Up.
Yay.
Yay. Love this music that we have, our segue music. So, Chop It Up. Basically, you know, all of us have this experience of going into the supermarket and looking at the labels and not being able to pronounce probably half the things that are in our food. So that is the whole purpose of Chop It Up. Nina and I try to break it down for you so you can understand what exactly it is that you're eating. Nina, what do you have?
And keep it in mind that some people don't read labels.
That's true.
Because some people don't read labels. But
we
do.
We do.
We do.
Yep.
So we're trying to get you to read your labels as well. So basically, I decided to chop up what you touched on during the summer, Gatorade. And the whole reason I decided to talk about Gatorade is because there's this really amazing food blogger named Food Babe. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her.
No, I've never heard of her.
She basically does what we do, but she does it full time. She's amazing. She talks about GMOs and ingredients that you should have. And so she did something a couple of weeks ago on Gatorade, and I thought I wanted to share, you know, what she said about Gatorade and Powerade.
Absolutely.
And basically what she's saying is it's one of the worst things. And of course, athletes use it to replenish when they're exercising. It's supposed to supply you with electrolytes, you know, so that you don't get dehydrated. So what she's saying is, and I already knew this, that it's made up of mostly chemically treated and refined sugar. There's also artificial colors and other ingredients that are not really good for your body. In particular, there's something called brominated vegetable oil. Have you ever heard of that?
No, that sounds weird, strange.
Okay, so it's a controversial ingredient, and basically here are the serious health hazards that she says comes from consuming that. Skin rashes, acne, and thyroid disease. Also, this particular ingredient, brominated vegetable oil, is banned in Europe and Japan. Meanwhile, the FDA lets it slide over here in the United States, which is not.
There's a lot of ingredients.
So
like that.
many things. And then this is what she's saying. She's saying that Gatorade actually recently phased out this ingredient. And so, however, Powerade though, which I guess falls into the same category, has not. They have not phased it out. So what she's saying is a newer version of Gatorade is still chemically processed with refined sugar, and it also has these quote-unquote natural ingredients.
Right.
Which you know is questionable.
Right, yes, the sky.
So that it has like a fruity flavor, but there's actually no fruit juice in it. So I have several alternatives, and one in particular I used a couple of years ago when I did the bike tour in New York. I did 62.3 miles. I made my own, and the one that I made, there are several of them that you can use, but she gives you a quick one that you can do at home, which is sea salt, baking soda, lemon juice, maple syrups, and mix it in with water, and that will work just as well or better than like a Gatorade or a Powerade.
That's great.
And I have other alternatives which I'm going to post on our social networks, but basically you can do your own electrolyte drink that's healthier, more natural, and you know what's going into it. And it's not going to affect your health.
Right. And then you take, you know, even so it's not so complicated, you could just throw it in a water bottle.
It's simple.
That's it. Yeah.
It's simple.
You don't even need one of those fancy bottles. Just take a water bottle like you have over there.
Exactly.
Add the ingredients and go.
So what do you have this week?
All right, this week I have well, let's see.
And I'm gonna take a sip of water while you do that.
Okay, so basically, I wanted to chop up hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate or hot cocoa? Which is one of my favorite things,
It's the
by the way.
same well, hot cocoa. You know, you
It's
buy
one of my favorite things.
buy the ones in the packet that come with the marshmallows, and I have to do this quickly. So we know that there's a lot of ingredients in the package version that are not so good for you. So I just wanted to quickly there's a few recipes, very simple recipes that you can do at home yourself. And you know, you can take a traditional hot chocolate with 1 cup of milk, or use some kind of nut milk like almond milk or something like that. A half of vanilla bean split, and you can use milk chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate, chips.
Natural.
And make your own hot chocolate that way. You can also do a coconut hot chocolate using coconut milk, dates, cacao powder, and a dash of cinnamon and water. Maple cocoa, which is milk, cocoa, maple syrup, vanilla extract, and salt. And then Mexican hot cocoa, which is the soy milk.
Awesome, girl.
Sucanat, cocoa powder, vanilla extract, salt, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper.
Yes, it gives it a little sting, and the Mexican chocolate, if you haven't tried it, is amazing.
No, I haven't. So anyway, those are the recipes. I'll post them up on our social networking. Next up on the menu is the
ABCs of food. Okay, so the ABCs of food is a really informative segment, but of course all of our segments are informative. You know, that's why you guys are watching the show, obviously. So what we do is we go in alphabetical order, and we pick a letter, and we pick a food that starts with the letter G. And I actually realized that you talked about this particular food last year. However, it is such an amazing thing that you're talking about that I think it's great to bring it up again. G for? Ginger. Ginger is awesome, and I'm glad you picked that one.
Yeah, so without getting into all the specifics, I'm just listing a few things that ginger is really great for. And we know ginger is really good for anything that has to do with your digestion, nausea, anything to do with your tummy.
Cramping.
So here we go. So you can use it to dull your appetite.
Dull your appetite?
Yeah, you eat a little fresh ginger, and it helps to dull your appetite. It also improves the absorption and assimilation of essential nutrients in the body. It clears the microcirculatory channels of the body, including the pesky sinuses that tend to flare up from time to time. If you're feeling airsick or nauseous, which we just talked about, you just chew on a little ginger. If you have a honey, mix that with some honey. That will help out. If you can't stop the tootathon, which I was cracking up, which basically means if you're farting a lot, this helps to reduce flatulence.
Tootathon.
Tootathon, yes. So if it's one of those nights and you ate something, maybe like some beans or something like that, just follow it up with some ginger.
Or cruciferous vegetables.
So what else? If you have cramps, like you said, munch on some ginger. If you have joint pain, you can take a little ginger essential oil and throw it into your bath and soak in that, and that will help you.
That's a great idea for me.
If you had like post-surgery and you have a little nausea, you use this ginger as well.
The ginger oil?
Not ginger oil.
Oh, the ginger itself.
Ginger. You chew on ginger.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Ginger tea can help get rid of a throat and nose congestion.
Yes.
So
I know that for a
that's
fact.
great. Bedroom. Now I didn't know this. Bedroom blues. Try adding gingery punch to a bowl of soup, and this they say is kind of like an aphrodisiac. I don't know. Yeah, it has aphrodisiac properties. So a few ways that you can use ginger is that you can chop some ginger up with garlic and green chili and chilies and cilantro and throw that into some rice, and that gives it a little punch.
Yes.
You can also grate some ginger in your maybe like a juice, that you're making, and that helps. And I know
You've
for a
done
fact,
that.
We
made
done
one
on
for
the
me.
show. Exactly. I
You
just
made
threw
that
a
for me.
small piece of ginger,
Green juice.
and it
So
really
awesome.
just kind of like it brings you alive.
Awesome.
You're wide awake after you have that. Better
Nice
than
flavor.
coffee.
Yeah, nice flavor too.
Better than coffee. And then also for dessert, you can grate some ginger on maybe some strawberry sorbet or vanilla ice cream or something like that. So those are just.
And it also cleans your palate. Like if you're going between different courses, it cleanses your palate just like lemon or lime. So you can use it for that too.
That's phenomenal.
Yes.
I love ginger. It's one of my favorite things to use. So I want to really quickly, we're going to get ready to go to the break, but I wanted to remind people to go to the website, goproradio.com, and you can click on the watch live button, because let me tell you, Amina is cute. So all you guys out there listening to the show, you want to tune in and check her out.
You want to check us out too?
Us too, yes. But we're
also
here every
cute.
week, so you know. Also, I want to give you the phone number 646-929-1521. Be sure to give us a call if you have any, fitness questions. This is the time to call in and get your answers. You're listening to Food Rap on the GoPro Radio Network with Shauna Glover and Nina Marcal, and we'll be right back.
You want to know the truth, folks? Do you really want to know the truth? Well, perhaps you can't handle the truth. But if you can, you can listen to GoPro Radio. Tune in at www.goproradio.com. Now, have I made myself clear?
GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head. I know I do.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
And we're back, and
Yeah.
I'm Nina Marcal, and this is Shauna Glover, and we're the hosts of Food Rap on the GoPro Radio Network, where
Talk never tasted so
talk
good.
never tasted so good. And we're coming up to one of our favorite segments.
Yes.
If you want to call us and you want to ask us questions or ask our guest Amina any questions, you can call us at 646-929-1521. Specialty Dish is up next. Ooh,
All right.
baby.
Yeah.
Specialty Dish.
Ooh, so it smells really good in the studio tonight.
Does
and
it
I'm
really?
really excited because I'm the one doing the tasting this week. Basically, this, specialty dishes, Nina and I take turns preparing a meal. And because it is Black History Month, we wanted to
Yes.
prepare meals that were kind of in line with, Black culture. So,
Soul food.
Soul food, yes,
Yummy.
it's definitely top of the list. So, Nina, what do you have for us tonight?
I decided to make, and it doesn't look too pretty right now, because
It looks
it's,
good to me.
it smells good though. I could have used a little bit more rice, but I think it tastes excellent. I made Hoppin' John, and what Hoppin' John is, and I made actually a vegan version because it's
Okay.
usually made with like smoked meat. But
That's
basically, what it
figured.
is black-eyed peas cooked together with rice. I use a little salt. I use a little habanero pepper. I use green onions, regular onions, garlic, and some chipotle and a little adobo sauce.
And it is absolutely to die for.
It's to die for.
it
You're not
is.
just saying that, are you?
No,
Do you?
it
Is there a
feels
little
like
sting in there?
Yes,
There should be.
It has a little bite. Also, it is. It's like, and it's very delayed. Like you taste it.
It takes a minute.
But you taste a lot of the flavor and the seasoning, and then it's like, ooh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, it's in there. And it kind of reminds me of like the red beans and rice that you get from Popeyes, but better. But home cooked. It's like it has like
Mine
like a
is
Cajun.
better.
Of course.
Mine is better.
I think when I'm eating this, I think of like a Cajun flavor, or, like a dirty rice, or something like that. It has some really good flavor, and I know this is gonna probably last me the rest of the week.
And not only
I'm very
that,
excited.
not only that, Shauna, but it's also vegan.
Which I really love and appreciate.
It's
you for.
vegan, and it will fill you up. You have your protein in there.
This
So
is a lot of food.
it is a lot.
This is gonna last me.
Is it really?
It is.
Okay. So
Thank you so much. It's
have another
delicious.
taste while I share our
right.
our amazing social networks where we
Okay.
post all of our information, anything that we talk about on the show. So we do have a Facebook page, and it's called Food Rap, and you can like that. And everything Sean and I talk about, we post on our Food Rap page, which is linked up to our Twitter page, which is called Food Rap Radio. And everything that we post on our Facebook page cross links over to our Twitter page. And so then we also have an Instagram, which is called Food Rap. And Shauna posts pictures to that because I'm not really sure how to use Instagram. I don't have a clue what to do with it. And then I post pictures to our Pinterest, which is
Which I have
the
no
Food Rap
clue
radio show.
how to use.
It's supposed to be like inspirational photos about whatever subjects you like. So we do have the Food Rap radio show, and then of course we have our YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to, and it's called the Food Rap Show, and you can see this show and previous shows.
Yes.
So you liked it?
I loved it.
Hooray!
It was really awesome, and it has enough for me because I like my food I like a little salt in my food, so I taste the salt. But
Did you think it was too salty? I was thinking maybe it's
it was perfect. No, for me
salty.
it was perfect because I don't have to add salt to my food. It's like I like a little saltiness to my food, but
it's iodized salt, which is good for you.
It's really good
because the American diet is lacking in iodized food, so or iodine, excuse me.
It's really delicious. So
yay! I'm so glad you like it
so much. Okay, so up next on the menu is Food Fight.
Ooh.
Okay, before I get into what Food Fight is about, I just want to remind our listeners really quickly to go to the website and donate. Go to the bottom of the page, click on the donate button, $10, $12, $30, $100, whatever you can afford to give. We would appreciate it. It keeps this content on the air. And yeah, that's it. We would appreciate your support. And all those who do support get their name put on our website page. So next up on the menu is Food Fight, and basically what Nina and I do is look for, we, like Nina said, we do a lot of research, we come across information, and we like to share that information with you. So Nina, what do you have this week?
So since it is Black History Month, I decided to talk about a very well-known person named George Washington Carver.
Love him.
Which I've heard of his name, but I really didn't know what he did personally, and you told me you did. But I thought it was really interesting that he is the inventor of peanut butter.
Yes. And
peanut butter is awesome.
So many other ways to use the peanut. He's amazing.
Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, he was an African American agricultural chemist. We thank him for the creation of peanut butter, of course. One of his many accomplishments, he was an American scientist, a botanist, an educator, and an inventor. The exact day and year of his birth are unknown, but it is believed that he was born into slavery in Missouri in 1864.
Wow.
Which was quite a long time ago. His reputation is based on his research into and promotion of alternative crops to cotton, such as peanuts, soybeans, sweet potatoes, which also aided nutrition for poor farm families. He wanted poor farmers to grow alternative crops both as a source of their own food and as a source of other products to improve their quality of life. The most popular of his 44 practical bulletins, can you imagine 44? What an accomplishment. For farmers contained 105 food recipes using peanuts.
Wow, that's amazing.
He also developed and promoted about 100 products made from peanuts that were useful for the house, farm, including cosmetics, dyes, paints, plastic, gasoline, and nitroglycerin. He received numerous honors for his work, including the Spring Iron Medal of the NAACP. During the Reconstruction era in the South, monoculture of cotton depleted in the soil in many areas due to the boll weevil, which is a beetle.
Okay.
And it decimated and destroyed a lot of the cotton crop. And so a lot of the planters and farm workers suffered. So he essentially revitalized the then struggling Southern agricultural industry. He was recognized for many of his achievements and talents in 1941. Time magazine dubbed Carver as a Black Leonardo. He was a determined man who was passionate about plants. He earned his Master of Science degree in Bacterial Botany and Agriculture in 1897, where he broke down racial barriers and became the first African American to attend and to reach at several universities in the South. At the invitation of Booker T. Washington, Carver ultimately became a professor at Tuskegee University, where he developed his crop rotation method.
And speaking of that, I remember Gus Henningberg from the Kay and Gus show would always tell us stories because he grew up on, I guess, the Tuskegee campus.
Did he really?
And yeah, he did. And he would tell us how he was responsible for cleaning up all the peanut shells for George Washington Carver. And I thought it was just an amazing, amazing.
How amazing is that?
To be a part of history like that, to work with such an amazing man. Yeah, so he would tell us those. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I had to clean up all those peanut shells.
That's a lot of peanut shells, girl. Whoa.
So that's really, I mean, it's, I know that I've heard about George Washington Carver for many years growing up. A lot of people are not familiar with who he is, so. You know,
I really like his
thank you
last
for
name,
sharing
Washington.
That is a pretty cool name.
That's a
I wonder
pretty
who
cool
else
name.
has that last
So
name.
many people that I know that I love have that last name, Washington.
So
in particular, this lovely young lady who's in here taking photos of us. Love her.
Yes.
The lovely
hello,
Tiana
Miss
Washington,
Tiana with her
our
lovely
wonderful
hair.
production assistant and photographer for the evening.
Yes, and she's getting with the.
She's fabulous.
Fabulous
We love her.
hairstyle.
We love her.
So we have one more minute. I think we should share the phone number. We should encourage people to donate some more, and then we can move on to our next. Oh, never mind. It's time for our next segment.
Our new segment that we are launching today.
Yes,
we
I'm
said
excited.
we said goodbye to Strange But Food last week.
Bye-bye, Strange But Food.
Because, you know, in this economy, we need to have, you know, a segment that's going to help, you know, American families.
Absolutely. Yep.
Save money.
Yes. So, next up on the menu is dinner for $10. That's the sound of saving money, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, you know, as Nina explained, dinner for $10 is about, you know, ways that we can, recommendations, basically, ways to help you guys save money. We don't have to spend an arm and a leg to make a good meal. So, Nina, what do you have for us this week?
So, I'm going to be honest with you. I was going to talk about the Hoppin' John, which is actually under $10 also.
Oh, okay.
But I decided to instead talk about succotash, which you could have. Actually, it's not actually succotash because it's missing the lima beans, but it's almost succotash. So I'm going to call it almost succotash, or I'm going to call it okra, corn, and tomatoes.
Okay.
Sans.
Nina Tash.
Sans.
Nina Tash.
Nina Tash is a good one. So basically, it's under $10. So it's like one medium onion chopped 15 cents, a 10-ounce package of frozen cut okra, $1.49, a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes drained, 89 cents, a 20-ounce package of frozen corn, $1.49, and a tablespoon of filet powder, $2.83, salt and pepper to taste because those are staples, and it comes under $10, and it is a great meal, and you can actually serve 4 people with this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds
I mean,
pretty
I can
good.
actually probably post the recipe on our social networks, but I mean, this is pretty simple, easy, basic, and it takes maybe 20 minutes to prepare.
That's
And
great.
it's
When
under
you need
$10.
need a quick, and add like maybe have some rice on the side or something like that.
And still, you're still gonna come under $10.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's a really great. Even like for when you have days when you need to have a quick meal. You know what I mean? Let's say you're running late, coming in late, and you don't have time to cook like an hour and a half, 2-hour dinner. Then you know you need something quick, and easy.
Succotash.
There you go. Nice.
Minus
Thank
the
you.
lima beans.
Now, why minus the lima bean? Just because you just wanted to do something different, or?
Lima beans take such a long amount of time to get really nice and soft. So if you don't want to, well, then again, you can get the frozen lima beans. You're still going to come under.
Take a long time too. Though.
You think so? I've never
think so.
used them, but I'm thinking, you know.
Well, like a good 15.
I still
minutes.
think that you're going to come under $10 if you add the lima beans.
Yeah. But
I
no,
just-
that sounds yummy.
I just don't like things that make me gassy.
Oh, well, have some ginger after you eat it.
Perhaps I'll do that.
All right.
So what do you have for?
So,
what's your dinner for $10?
Well, a meal that I like to make. This is kind of like a staple meal. You know, in the middle of the week, I'll make grilled chicken legs, mac and cheese, and broccoli. And I didn't break it down the same way you did. Basically, I you know, broke down the ingredients, not amount. So if you're making staples for the fried chicken, of course, are flour and oil. Most of us have that in the house. So you know,
you use flour on your grilled chicken legs? I'm just asking.
oh, I'm sorry.
How you do it?
Oh, okay. Rewind. Sorry.
Rewind?
I'm thinking about fried chicken.
Oh, okay.
This is
I
grilled
was just
chicken.
wondering.
Grilled chicken legs, because I initially was gonna do fried chicken, and then I
Okay.
switched it up. I said,
Oh,
let me
okay.
do something a little healthier.
Okay.
So either grilled chicken or fried chicken will work in this case, but let's talk about grilled chicken. So the grilled
Okay.
chicken is you take the roaster, you know, underneath the
Yes,
oven.
the broiler.
The broiler,
Mhm,
thank you.
mhm.
The broiler, and you basically broil the chicken for about 20-25 minutes. You know, I season it up with adobo, you know, salt and pepper.
So at the bottom.
At the bottom.
And it cooks it
comes-
fully?
It cooks it fully.
Really? I've
And
never
you
used a
just-
broiler
you
for that
make
before.
sure you know, you're flipping it enough times, you're stabbing it.
20 minutes?
20-25
I
minutes.
need to try that.
And it comes out like grilled chicken. You know, you could do it with or without the skin. And you know, you can season it up the way you want. I like to do adobo, salt and pepper, and garlic. You know, and it comes out really, you know, tasty. So you can do that, and the mac and cheese is really easy. You just, you know, they have the Great Lakes cheese mild on sale this week for $1.99. I went online to see what I can get, what's on sale. You got the steamable broccoli florets, 99 cents for a package, and then fresh chicken family pack of drumsticks, 3 pounds for $5.37. This comes up to $9.23. And actually, when I am
That's
missing,
pretty inexpensive.
I'm missing on here, but it is included in the total, is the pasta, which was only 88 cents. So you can get, and you can mix up the pasta too. You can do some interesting shapes. You can just do elbows. And the way I make my macaroni and cheese is very simple. I boil the you know, pasta on the stove. Then I chop up the cheddar cheese. I throw it in there, put a top on it, let it melt, and then I add a little butter, salt and pepper, and then I stir that up, and that's it. I don't add any milk. I don't bake it in the oven, and it comes out really creamy and tasty. So this meal is pretty quick too. I'd say the whole meal takes about maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
I mean, if you're using the broiler, yes, because I normally bake my chicken in the oven, but I think I'm going to try that broiler.
Yeah, it gives it that grilled
trick.
Chicken flavor.
I'm going to try that.
So
I
think
want to
you
see how
guys,
that comes out.
Yeah, see how you like it. Maybe I'll make it for one of our specialty dishes.
Okay, that sounds good.
See how you like it.
No blood in the middle, right?
No,
okay.
no. Trust
Just
me.
checking.
Yeah, I always make sure. And if you have to cook it a little bit longer, everyone's oven is different, so you may need to cook it for a little bit longer. Just keep checking it and making sure it's cooked all the way through. You got to keep turning it, or else you will get burnt chicken.
Okay.
All right,
Good
so we're actually up on a break, and we're going to come back with our guests. You're listening to Food Wrap on the GoPro Radio Network, and we'll be right back.
The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Networks, Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak in these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit, modify, or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission of GoPro Radio Networks, Inc. GoPro Radio Networks assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with these broadcasts or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, or playing device.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have a product or a service, a talent, or something important to say, now's your chance to have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out, a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We'll help you to grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 212-696-8562 today or visit www.goproradio.com. And you'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your very own show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
And we're back, and I'm
That's
Nina,
right. And I'm
and
Shauna.
this is Shauna, and we're the host of Food Wrap. We're talking Never Tasted So Good, and
That's right.
today's special on the menu is Getting Fit with Amina Zena McWilliams.
Yeah.
She's originally from West Virginia. She's a personal trainer, group exerciser, and has her own YouTube fitness channel called Amina Zena.
Yes, I do.
She will be sharing tips on how to get fit, exercising regularly while making smart choices in order to look and feel better, which you do. You look great.
Oh, thanks.
We will also discuss how being in good shape can energize you, reduce anxiety, and help to improve self-esteem, which I terribly need this week because
I know it's
been
weather.
a gloomy week
It's the weather.
with all the snow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
So
definitely
welcome.
winter blues.
Welcome, young lady.
Welcome.
Hey,
How
I'm
you doing? Do you want to tell us a
good.
little bit more about yourself? Did I miss anything?
I think that pretty much covers it. Amina Zena, that's me. All about fitness.
How long have you been doing the fitness, the channel
And what made you
videos?
decide to embark in this field anyway?
So, growing up, I was really out of shape. Like, I was in high school, and I didn't make the lacrosse team. That's how it all started.
Okay.
I wasn't able to run 2 miles in under 20 minutes. So after that, every day after school, I'd be running on the track, right? I couldn't even run one lap without stopping. You know, eventually I built up, and I was able to run. I joined the cross-country team, and then when I went to college, I started teaching spin classes because I was at the gym all the time. I was like, I want to get paid for it.
Yeah,
So
why not?
I started teaching the classes, and I started a YouTube channel, and then it's been just ever since. So
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what would you recommend? Is it my turn or is your turn?
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Feel
Feel free.
What would you recommend? Okay, so I'm busy. I have kids. I do a million things and have very little time. And I notice a lot of your videos. They're short. They're pretty much easy. You don't need to be in a gym to do them. What are some of the key exercises that you would recommend a person should do? How often? Someone like me with a busy lifestyle.
Right. So if you don't have time to go to the gym, the best exercises you can do are things like squats, push-ups. You can do ab exercises at your house, right? High-intensity interval training, which a lot of my videos are like. It's you're maximizing your time because you're doing short, intense exercise, right? And then it's like you're getting a combination of strength training and cardio.
Got it. Okay.
So high-intensity interval training and squats because it's good for the butt.
Yes.
Get a nice perky butt.
Nice. I like that.
Okay, so I have a question as far as your clients go or who you work with in the gym. What advice, if any, do you offer them as far as nutrition? Because a lot of people, as we know, are out of shape as a result of their poor eating habits. So do you offer advice, and what kind of advice do you give? Do you do it on a person-to-person basis, or do you give them a general, like, this is how you should be eating?
It's on a person-to-person basis, but there is sort of like a general way to eat in terms of reaching your goals. So it's kind of funny because people who want to gain weight, which is actually a lot of people do. I'm surprised to learn that.
Gain weight?
A lot of people, even women.
Muscle or weight?
Muscle.
Okay.
But even like getting bigger. Like I've had girls that wanted to go from like, let's say a size 4 to like a size 8.
Oh wow.
Right?
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I've had that.
That's interesting.
It is, and you wouldn't think that happens a lot, but it happens pretty much just as much as people want to lose weight. It's pretty much right there.
Okay.
So the people who want to lose weight and get smaller, and the people who want to get a little bit bigger, you want to eat the same things, right? It's just a matter of how much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But pretty much I've noticed everybody I work with is eating too much starch to reach their goals. So any like sort of bread, rice, cereal, pastas, because it's easy to grab.
Yeah.
And then as unrefined as possible is the best. So you want to eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, lean protein. I'm a big paleo type of person.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so you're paleo.
We've been talking. We've had a couple of people on here.
I don't want to say that it's exactly paleo, but I lean more towards the vegetable side. I do the protein, but I don't do any refined sugars or starches or rice or grains. I do eat quinoa because I love quinoa, but I don't do it all the time.
Yeah.
But so I guess I'm sort of paleo, but then there's different levels, like people who do dairy, people who don't. So, and then people who cheat one day out of the week. So I'm just like, there's so many different levels of paleo now, so it's crazy.
There are so many different levels, but I think it's also in correlation to what you want. You know,
Sure.
If you want to be able to see your six-pack and all your muscles, you're gonna have to pretty much give up bread and rice and cereal and pasta forever. Yeah, right.
Is
I don't
is
miss
that
it.
really the case? Yeah, because that's the thing. I was telling you. I was like, I wanna get. I've lost some weight, but I also want to firm up. But I'm vegan.
Oh, okay.
Muscle.
So I have to figure
You gotta
out
build your
how to.
muscle.
And I was talking to a couple of people. They were saying hemp protein is really good. Like
Yeah.
adding hemp protein to shakes or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Hemp is a great idea.
But also too, because you're not eating meat, you're missing a lot of the amino acids. So the only time your muscle will grow is when all 9 of them are there.
Oh, really?
And meat
Interesting.
is the only food group, meat and eggs, that have a complete protein source, all 9 aminos, unless you have a lot of the beans and rice or quinoa and beans.
I agree.
Yeah, so you need those aminos if you're a vegan or vegetarian and want to build muscle.
Interesting.
That's another thing too, is what I usually tell people who want to lose weight, even gain. It's funny. because I've done both, and it's so similar. It's just crazy. It's like if you want to lose, do this, but eat less. If you want to gain, do this, but eat like twice as much.
Right.
You want to try to get your body weight in grams of protein a day. This is like an estimation. So let's say you're 150 pounds. You want to try to get 150 grams of protein.
Okay.
Preferably muscle building protein. And then like a protein shake, the reason that's so important is because you can't eat all that in meat. Like even if you are a meat eater, that's like too much, you know?
Right.
So you got to supplement and get those 9 amino acids.
So can you get that through a supplement, the amino acids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even like liquid aminos, which can be organic, all natural. You know?
Really?
Vegan amino acids?
Yeah, the just liquid amino acids, Bragg's. You get it at Whole Foods.
Oh, Bragg's. Okay. So I have to pick some of that up, and maybe if I help, kind of enter that into my routine, then that will help.
I wish I had known that when I was a vegetarian, because I was actually a vegetarian for like 5 or 6 years in the 90s. And I got really slim, which was fine, but I could not, I was really firm, and then it's like as I became a vegetarian, everything was getting like loose, and I'm like, what's going on? And I thought I was consuming enough protein, but evidently I was not.
Yeah.
So then I went back to chicken. I was like, I can't do this.
It's like
I can't do this.
I know. I feel you.
And I missed it anyway. I'm a chicken lover. What am I gonna do?
Exactly.
I went back to chicken and fish. So. Anyway.
I tried. I was actually a vegan for a year.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
And what was your experience with that? I'm talking to a couple of people who are trying it out. One person recently did like a 30-day vegan diet, and they said they were very low energy for it. So.
I was low energy. I was low energy, and then that's when I started getting really serious about lifting. And I think I know athletes that are vegan. They have tons of energy. Like they're super ripped.
Yeah.
But it's getting those amino acids. I didn't know that back then. So then I remember, like, I was just craving meat, you know?
Yes.
That's meat.
That's the problem that I'm having. Like, it's not meat. I don't know if it maybe
craving
it is craving
aminos.
meat, but I'm craving, like, salty. Like, I'm eating French fries, and I'm eating things that are, like, I feel
because
like.
you want meat.
Right.
I keep telling you, you're a natural meat eater, and you need to go back to it.
I think we're all naturally meat eaters.
I think she's a natural meat eater. I don't think it's for everybody.
I'm not
I don't think it's for everybody, though. I think some people are naturally vegans, because I have a friend whose daughter, like, since she was little, she just doesn't want anything to do with meat. And she just won't. And remember, we had that guest who said, she didn't really like it as a kid. But I think, to me, I think you're a natural meat eater.
I am not gonna lie. I love my steak. I love seafood. I don't like fish, but I like seafood.
I love fish.
I like, tuna fish. I love meat. So I'm not denying it. It's just that the reason why I made the decision is generally because of how the foods are treated. I do not like, it's like I don't like the way that
they're caged up and injected with hormones.
Yeah, I don't want any parts of that. So, it's one, I did initially a part of it was to be healthier, and I find that that's where I'm kind of betraying myself because I'm not eating as healthy as I need to be.
Why don't you eat like organic meat?
Grass-fed, pasture-raised,
Yeah.
pasture-raised chicken, grass-fed beef.
It's worth it.
I don't know. Right now I'm good. Right now I'm good with. I'm not really good. I'm complaining, but I'm trying to get good.
You got to get those.
You're getting better though. You're getting better. You're making strides.
And,
slowly but surely.
And the other thing is too wanting to lose weight. I was doing a lot of yo-yo dieting, and I find with not eating meat is like I don't. I'm losing weight in a slow amount of time.
You know what I say too is as far as that goes. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
but it's like you want to eat every 3 to 4 hours too. Even if you're not hungry, that's something that a lot of people struggle with because we're told lose weight, eat less, like stop eating and do a bunch of cardio, right?
No.
Yeah, you're burning off all your muscle.
Exactly.
So the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn because your muscle is directly related to how fast your metabolism is.
Oh,
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism goes.
Yep,
so.
definitely. So you want to lift and you want to eat every 3 to 4 hours because muscle, you got to nurture it because your body will start eating it away because it's a very nutritious source.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
So when you feel hungry, you got to eat because your body's going to start going to a cannibalistic state.
Okay.
Yep. So you got to eat every 3 to 4 hours. That's something I've noticed a lot of people struggle with. And it's funny because I know people who are really overweight and they're like, I don't even eat that much. What's the problem? Well, that's the problem, you know?
Your metabolism is slowing down because you're not eating.
Yep.
Right. Your
So
body's
you always
going
just
into
gotta
spiral mode.
keep yourself energized.
So I have a question for you.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you have an exercise or a wellness philosophy of your own?
Do I have an exercise? Yes, I do.
So
Which
what is it?
like that I could just sum up.
If you can. If you can.
Definitely,
even if it's in 20 minutes.
So definitely just lifting, right? I'm so much more believing in like resistance training and eating like every 3 to 4 hours, eating mostly paleo. But it's just finding the balance, like anything else in life, you know? And also too, pushing yourself, right?
Yes.
That's something that's really important to me, is making sure you're always making progress, you know? Because I guess I'll say I don't believe in maintaining. There's no such thing as maintaining anything in life, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So you're at the gym, right? And let's say you get to your goal weight or something like that. I just don't feel like there's no such thing as really maintaining. Like you might get to a point and you're here for a while, but you're either moving up or you're falling off. You know, like nobody really reaches a point in life where they're just like, that's it. You know.
Okay. Gotcha. That's true.
So that's something I think
that makes sense.
Yeah, something that it helps people. Like when I explain that to them, I'm like, look, fitness is not a destination; it's an ongoing life journey. So keep that in mind. And the time is gonna pass anyway, so you might as well try to get better.
Yeah, and honestly, the exercising, I have to say, more and more research shows that exercise helps with all aspects of life. It helps with your brain function. It helps with anybody with arthritis, anybody with any kind of depression,
anxiety.
Exactly.
It makes you feel better.
So good for all these things. So fitness is very important. All right, well, it's time for a break. Want to encourage you guys to call in 646-929-1521. Get all your fitness questions in now. It's the beginning of the year. You still have time before the summer gets here.
That's right.
You're listening to Food Rep on the GoPro Radio Network, and we'll be right back.
GoPro Radio, the fastest growing network in the galaxy, is leaner and meaner with a new attitude, new technology, and a brand new lineup. Tune in and get wired every Wednesday, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern with the BCS Experience featuring Byron C. Saunders, formerly of New York City's WBAI. Then at 6 p.m., it's the Black Agenda TV Express featuring sought-out political commentator Glenn Ford, formerly of America's Black Forum. Then at 8 p.m., it's time for Kay Thompson Live with the legendary radio host Kay Thompson of Inner City Broadcasting's WLIB and her son, renowned actor Eric Payne, who starred in such films as Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, Drop Squad, and many more. Then at 9 p.m., it's Food Rap featuring Nina Markel, a.k.a. the unofficial mayor of Jersey City, and former Viacom marketing guru Shauna Glover. Last but not least, at 10 p.m. Eastern, it's the Sexy Party Show with the bad boy of dating Mr. Locario of I Love New York fame and his partner in crime, Miles Cunningham. So get wired every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern only on the GoPro Radio Network, www.goproradio.com. Listen to the voices in your head.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
All right, we're talking hair right now, not so much food, not hair, because we all have this big kind of curly hair going on. Exactly, natural hair. That's right.
We're natural.
It's funny. I saw somebody posted something saying for the for the month of February, all you ladies out there, remove your weaves and your relaxers.
We don't have weaves or relaxers in this studio, okay?
Yeah. All right.
So there.
All right. So, in terms of some of your videos, what are some of the most popular videos that people are, go to? Is it the Brazilian butt type videos? Because that seems to be what's in now. I don't know.
Well, for my videos, I do have some workout videos, but my top rated video is actually a relationship advice video.
Oh, really? Interesting.
It makes sense because doing the Sexy Party Show.
Absolutely,
after this. Yeah. But yeah, I just try to put a variety of content out there. Sometimes, it's good because I have workouts for people. I try to teach people how to work out properly. But then a lot of it is just talking. You have to, understand how fitness works.
Yeah.
I think that's another part of it, too, is, you do have to sort of just jump in, but it's better. You're better off if you're informed, right? When I first started, I was just doing a bunch of cardio, and I actually gained weight.
Oh,
because
really?
in my head, I was just thinking, I'm doing all this cardio. I'm going to eat less, and then I can eat whatever I want on top of that because I'm working out.
Right.
It doesn't really work like that.
No.
Really?
If you want the results, you have to feed the results, right? That being
Can you
said,
explain that?
So it's you want to build muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you do the workout, but if you're not going to give yourself the proper nutrition and rest, you're not going to get the muscle.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know, it's sort of
Okay.
like doing anything else in life.
Mm-hmm. You got to go hard or go home,
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's no other analogy for it. But then that being said, too, right? Let's say you're working out. Like I had one client, she cut out all bread for 6 months, and she got tremendous results. Like she lost 80 pounds.
What?
She went from a size 12 to a size 4.
I think I know how this story's gonna end. Go on.
No, but she now she's at her point, right? She's built a significant amount of muscle, and now she can eat things like pizza every once in a while. She can have beers, and it's not going to affect her the same because she revved up her metabolism. You see what I'm saying?
By having more muscle.
Yes, exactly. So it's sort of like later on, once you've built a certain amount of muscle, you can get away with having
a cheat day, basically.
A cheat day, or even cheating every couple days, like not all day every day, but like let's say all day you had a salad, you're eating fruit, you're having nuts, you had chicken, you know, all day you have this type of thing, and at the end of the day you have like, I don't know, a little piece of cake.
Yeah.
That's not going to kill you.
Exactly, yeah.
But if you're having cake and chips and pizza all day,
every day,
then yeah,
that's a problem.
You know, it's like finding that balance. So
exactly. Exactly. So I did have a question for you. So let's say I went to your gym, and I said, I need a session or whatever, and then Shauna went to you. Like, do you cater to individuals' strengths, or do you have a general program that you use for everybody?
Oh, no. Everybody's different.
Okay, so you do different things for different people based on what they want for themselves.
Right.
Okay.
It's kind of like this.
So what would you say to me? How would you approach me if I came to you and asked you for a session?
First of all, I think you look good. But
I'm just saying. You know,
I'd ask you about your workout history. I'd ask you like about your medical background, and then I would have to see you do certain moves. Now that being said, it's like there are certain basic movements that everybody should be able to do. I believe that everybody should be able to do, and like I would put you through. But what I put you through overall is going to be based around your goals. And then like for some people, doing 10 squats might take them literally like 10 minutes, and that was crazy hard. For other people, 10 squats is, okay, I can do that in 10 seconds, and that's my warm-up, you know? And a lot of people are really inflexible. Everybody has imbalances. That's something I also have learned too. Okay. And that's the part of fitness that's not fun. Everybody just wants to look sexy, have the abs, be all cut up, look good in a swimsuit. That's cool. But it's like fitness can solve a lot of your other problems. Like a lot of people have tight hips. That's what I hear all the time. Oh, my hips hurt at night. I'm always aching. I have the lower back pain. My shoulders hurt. A lot of that is muscular imbalance. So you get so many benefits from resistance training that it's crazy. But, you know, on the surface, we all just want to look good. You know?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know one thing is like I used to get a lot of bad lower back pain, and once I started exercising, it just immediately goes away. I don't have that issue anymore. And it's like, that tells me that I need to be active. I need to be exercising on a regular basis. You know, and when I do, I feel so much better. I have so much more energy.
Your whole life's just better.
It does. You feel more positive, optimistic about everything. You have a whole different outlook on life. And it's like when you're overweight, and you know, it's like I don't have anything against you know a lot of people. You know, I'm big and I'm beautiful and all that kind of stuff. But I will say this, that it does affect how you feel. How you work throughout your day. You know what I mean? So it's worth putting that time in, not to be skinny like the people on the magazines and things like that, because that's not what it's about. You being the healthiest individual that you can be. You know what I mean?
People in magazines are not realistic anyway. That's not a realistic.
And a lot of them are photoshopped.
View.
They don't even really look like that.
Not a realistic view of what women should look like.
Exactly. If you see a lot of the magazines with even like a Kim Kardashian or Jessica Alba, they're complaining because they're being slimmed down, and they already have really nice figures, but they're being slimmed down even further.
Well, I don't know if you saw
it. And sold the image that doesn't.
Kim Kardashian had that one photo shoot where she they showed her cellulite, and then same with Scarlett Johansson. You know, both known for having like nice figures and everything, and like they both had their pictures out there with the cellulite, and I was like, you know what, this is good because this is real. You know,
they're real women.
That's right.
Exactly.
Women have cellulite.
Yeah, and
that's
they're curvaceous, and that's sometimes goes with the curves.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know. Right. Who made it a bad thing?
Exactly. It's just like stretch marks. Stretch marks is a part of, you know, some people get stretch marks when they, even through growing. I know people have stretch marks on their knees. Beautiful women, stretch marks, you know, growth marks here on the sides of their hips. And it's just the way our bodies are. And who said that these are bad things? You know, it's a part of being human. It's a part of being a woman. You know.
So I do have one more question because we have to wrap up.
Yes.
In a couple of minutes, unfortunately.
Once
So
fast.
I did want to ask you this: how do you keep yourself motivated
How do I keep
for
myself
yourself
motivated?
and for your clients?
Well, my clients motivate me because one of my biggest fears is having one of my clients get in better shape than me. Then I would just feel like, really, So and I've had a few people that I'm like, whoa, you're getting really strong and athletic. So I guess that, and I was overweight at one point, so I know how that feels, and I know how easy it is to slip back into that. You know what I mean? All it takes is a month or two of just feeling bad for yourself and eating donuts, and bam,
Yes,
all your progress
true.
is gone. So I guess that's I'm sort of lucky in that way because I've been there, so I know the importance of staying motivated. Versus somebody who was maybe just sort of average size their whole life. You know what I mean? Getting in shape sometimes is a lot harder because I feel like, well, I already look good. I look good enough, so what's the point? You know?
Okay.
And it feels good. I think I'm literally addicted to exercising. And just
Not a bad thing.
That's a good addiction.
Yeah.
the endorphins, man. It feels good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
because
you
now
so
we have
much.
1 minute. We have to wrap up so you can make way for your show, the Sexy Party Show.
Sexy Party Show.
That's right. So, Nina, take us home.
I'm so sad. Over it too quickly.
It is.
So we do want to thank you for joining us today. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Join us next week when the special on the menu is food and love.
Ooh la la.
For Valentine's Day week with natural food chef Michelle Burks and her beau Sam German.
Yeah,
know they
that's
cook-
a fun couple.
You know
right
that they
there.
cook together in the kitchen. How cute is that?
I know. They're a fun couple. You're around there for a few minutes. We
Isn't
love
that
them.
cute?
Mhm. Yeah.
So anyway, we want to thank our amazing producer, Tyler Xavier Washington, and our fabulous engineer, who was not our engineer today, but our lovely engineer today was Tatiana Washington, and our amazing production assistant, Tiana Washington, who was in here taking pictures of us. She's so awesome. And then our amazing online engineer, Mohammed El Safti, who is, adjusting the cameras and doing whatever he was doing in there. And the Sexy Party Show is next.
That's right.
Amina will stay in the studio. I guess you will be joined by Mr. Locario
Yes.
soon, and Pavion and Miss Anita.
Mm-hmm.
This is Food Wrap on the GoPro Radio Network. Peace out.
See you next week.
See you next week. Peace out. We'll see you next week in the week of love.
All right.
Is you looking for good eating? Then stay beating the path to the network with the best. Food Wrap will hook you up fast. They keep it crispy with the 411. They feeding you right, chopping it up, dishing it out. It's tasting good, but don't bite. The recipes are sublime and info fresh off the vine. They keep you GMO free, cause V you are what you eat. Now if you too busy chewing on the FAT fat wag, tune into the F to the O to the O to D Food Wrap. Listen to the kitchen on the show with the utmost. With Nina D and Shauna G, your fly MC chef host. Food Wrap, Food Wrap, Food Wrap, Food Wrap. It's time to eat better. I know you feel the pressure. Can I get a yes, yes, sir? A yes, yes, sir. For the hot show on the block, from the street to the hood. Keep it locked on Food Rappers Talk. Never tasted so good.
Oh yeah, delicious pizzas, hamburgers, and French fries. Oh yeah.